Okay, let's talk about assets a little bit. There are two main ways that people usually invest their money. One is real estate, second one is stocks. Now, stocks, I have a very strong feeling on it. I feel that um, if you invest in individual stock, a lot of that, 99% of that, could really just be considered gambling because you don't really know what's going on inside each company. And I think another thing with stock investing is every day you can see how your portfolio is going up and down. And I just don't think that's healthy at all. I mean, how would you feel when your $1 million portfolio drops to 700,000? It didn't actually really drop. You didn't really lose 300 grand, but it's gonna make you feel sick and, maybe nervous, discouraged, and I just that seeing that money go up and down, I think is very tolling. Do you want to spend your life sitting in front of your computer and watching stock market and trading stocks every day? I don't think so. I mean, some people like to do it, but how is that adding any real value to the world? Again, a lot of people would, disagree with me on this, especially if they're professionally investing in stocks. But again, what percentage of the people have constantly beat the market year to year? You'll find that 99% of, those who claim to be experts in stocks, if you look at the long term, yeah, maybe they made a lot of money in 5 year span, 1 year or 10 year span. But if you look at the long scheme, there's a very, very few percentage of people who beat the market overall, right? So I have some, strong opinions on the stock market. I personally feel that if you want to have some money into stocks, personally, I don't want to put more than 5 to 10% of my assets into stocks. But if I do put it in stocks, I just put them in the index fund. Because look, there are people who always make money in the stock market. Who are they? If you put money, you could make money or lose money, right? So investors may make money or lose money, but there's a group of people who always makes money no matter what. Those are the brokers, the transactional brokers. They will make money no matter what. Mutual fund managers, managers of these funds, they create all these different funds. They make money from transactions. So of course they're going to be happy. They want you to do stocks so that they can make money. But why should we make them richer? Right? So index fund is basically like S&P or Nasdaq. It combines some of the top um, stocks, and you just basically ride the market. And if the market rises, you rise, and you don't have to worry about whether you should invest in company A or B or C because automatically if a company doesn't perform well they get kicked out of the index fund, right? So it's kind of a self-managing. There are great books written about index fund, and even the founder of Vanguard, one of the largest money management company, they believe in the index fund because index fund doesn't make the brokers rich. In fact, brokers don't make any money at all from these index funds or very little amount of money. So leaving money in index fund is my personal opinion, but I'll list some resources below where you can read about index fund and the approach. Okay, so having said that, real estate is really something that I feel very passionate about. And this is something that you can spend a lot of your time getting educated. And I think it's worth it. You need to invest in yourself so that you can get educated in real estate. The reason I like real estate, I already told you, but it with very little amount of management, you can make money every single month. Of course, you have to keep track of you have to get tenants, but you can find property management. So if you find property management company where you have to pay usually anywhere from 8 to 10%, or maybe even a little bit less, you just have to pay that percentage of that of the rental fee, and they will manage it, right? Of course, you're going to have expenses, you're going to have taxes, you're going to have insurance that you will have to pay. You will do some repairs on this, but property management company, they can take care of all of these. They can find new tenants for you. You don't have to go and fix the toilet, right? Property management will have list of repairmen. They can do all of these for you, and they will manage, right? You do have to calculate when you do an income. You have to calculate that some time of the year it's going to be vacant. So you can put a vacancy ratio, maybe 8 to 10%, just to be on the safe side, right? And you have to make repairs. But even then, and then you may have liabilities, right? You may have some mortgage payment, right? But then the passive income that you make, basically the income minus expenses of that real estate, is going to become passive income to you. And that is wonderful, I tell you. If you make, let's say, $500 every month from each real estate, from one real estate that you have, the peace that it will give you is amazing. You don't have to worry about all these subscription. Yeah, that's just like my 3 days of my passive income will cover that. No worries, no sweat. You don't have to argue with your family members or with your spouse or with your children because they have this expense of 100 or 200 or 300 or $500 because it's a passive income. You don't have to do a thing. But if it comes out of your hard worked earned money that you had to work 10 days for and it goes out unexpectedly, of course that could trigger you. But if it is money from the passive income, it won't trigger you as much. And I find that I am definitely more at peace as my passive income goes larger. I can be more generous. I get into less stress when my family wants to eat at a nice restaurant once in a while, or my wife wants to buy lots of organic food that's very expensive. When it came from my employee bucket, it was painful, but when it comes from the passive income, it's like, yeah, it's okay. It's just 2 days of passive income, right? So anyway, I love real estate. There's also another value of real estate that I'll talk about next.